As part of Fáilte Ireland's supports on driving domestic sales, reshaping the experience, this video provides guidance on reshaping your experience and presenting your offer for the domestic market. Before watching this video, we recommend that you download the PowerPoint presentation that accompanies it. This is located within the Driving Domestic Sales suite. To note that if you have not previously created a saleable experience with Fáilte Ireland, I would recommend that you first watch video 1 in this series entitled Introduction to Creating Experiences for the Domestic Market. The format for this video will follow the 5 key topics outlined here. So let's begin by thinking back to what we learned in training about using the Saleable Experience document for communications and generating revenue opportunities for your business. Even when adapting your Saleable Experience document for the domestic market and during the COVID-19 crisis, the same rules still apply. It is crucially important when aiming for revenue conversions that we remember the 3 C's. Number 1, clarity. We need to be crystal clear on our business offering, the pricing of our experiences, the positioning of our experiences to attract the best match customers, and also how to place our experiences to achieve sales via direct or indirect sales channels. Number 2 is confidence. A customer must trust you, your business, and the experiences offered by it before they will book. Number 3 is connection. All communications should facilitate engagement with customers who are a match for your business. During the COVID-19 period, there are additional considerations for communications via saleable experiences. These include freedom, the need we all feel to take a break and get back to exploring. Reunite, the desire to catch up with family and friends. The joy of being in the presence of inspirational views and landscapes. Learning all about insights and gems from locals who are in the know. Fun, the aspiration to have a good time, to rekindle old memories and to make new ones. The opportunity to treat ourselves and loved ones to nice experiences. Community, the desire to engage with businesses that look after their employees, customers, and neighbours. And finally, reassurance. Customers will want to know how to have an amazing time while keeping safe. In terms of the target audience, this revised saleable experience is intended to target customers from the island of Ireland, including friends and families. For families, experiences that appeal to children, preteens, and teenagers will also be important. In terms of targeting the destination, it is useful for the business to break this down into categories. The first is the immediate local market. This can be defined within a radius of, say, 50 or 100 kilometres. Then there is the remaining domestic market, including both the Republic of Ireland counties and the Northern Ireland counties. The potential opportunity via the Island of Ireland market are day breaks, short stay midweek and weekend breaks, and longer annual holiday breaks of, say, 1 to 2 weeks. In light of the COVID-19 crisis and the potential to achieve 2020 bookings via the domestic market, the saleable experience that we completed in training will need to be reviewed. I would firstly suggest that you read your existing saleable experience document. Please mark any words, imagery, or descriptions that are not a match or are irrelevant for the domestic market. These will need to be removed or changed. Depending on the business type and experience, Some saleable experience documents may require a lot of changes, and some may require little or no changes to match the needs of the domestic market. It should be noted that the saleable experience document created in training is written with the international customer in mind. For this reason, words that would not be easily understood in the international markets need further explanation. Words like crack, described as fun, or a sport like hurling, which is explained as an ancient Gaelic game, or clarifying what an instrument like a bodhrán is, as we see in this example. This level of explanation would not be necessary for a domestic audience. Similarly, for saleable experiences completed in training, measurements like distance are expressed in both kilometres and miles to suit the needs of diverse international markets. Clearly, for the domestic Republic of Ireland market, kilometres only apply. However, if targeting Northern Ireland counties, miles are more appropriate. These are the kind of details we need to watch out for when repositioning saleable experiences for a diverse audience. For a domestic audience, the context of Irish hospitality as expressed in this example would not be required either. When reviewing your saleable experience document in order to make it relevant for the domestic market, it is important to create a new copy that corrects this kind of detail. Otherwise, the document will jar in the mind of a domestic customer and reader. Certain tourism businesses may have created all or some experiences that specifically target international customers. For example, an Irish coffee making demonstration, or a workshop on how to make a traditional Irish meal or brown bread. Such experiences are compelling in the international markets because they are unique to Ireland and unusual in these markets. A business needs to consider if such experiences are relevant to a domestic audience. However, before removing these experiences, a business can also consider the possibility of repositioning the experience to create a better fit for the domestic audience. Here we see saleable experiences from the Windmill Lane Studio in Dublin and the Cavan Adventure Centre. Upon review, there is very little that needs revision in terms of words, imagery, and descriptions for these experiences to apply to the domestic market. Your first job is therefore to decide if your saleable experience document needs revision or not. Other saleable experiences will require more work so that they can adapt to the needs of the domestic market. This is especially likely to be the case for those businesses that have traditionally sold in the international markets. Let's begin with an example like a brown bread or soda bread making workshop. International visitors love to learn how to make this kind of bread as it is so unique to Ireland. So how can something that is well known on this island be made relevant to a domestic audience? Well, how about explaining exactly that? When targeting this experience at a domestic audience, there is an opportunity to share insights into why this bread is unique and special in our country. There is also an opportunity to explain the nutritional benefits of this quality bread. A business could think of ways to make this experience a fun, memory-making activity, or a way for families to learn a new skill and gain a new recipe together. Or how about making the experience more contemporary by creating new recipes with additions like seeds or fruits or craft beers? Or adapting the experience to show how to make different accompaniments that go well with this bread? How about setting yourself a challenge by embracing the tradition of Irish brown bread and making it as in vogue as sourdough has become during these recent times? Now let's look at farming. International visitors love Irish farms because in many countries they do not have the same rural tradition, and it is rare, for example, to see grass-fed animals in fields. So how do we make this experience relevant to a domestic market where the countryside and farms are prevalent? Well, take a look at the back of the Avonmore milk carton, and you will see that only 1 in 5 Irish people have ever been to a farm. Now, there lies potential to grow a new home market. So why not reposition farming experiences so that they become compelling for domestic audience, with messages that convey the opportunity to get outdoors, to understand the quality and source of our food, to get close to animals and nature, to meet new people, to reconnect with loved ones and have fun. Let's take a look now at the wonderful farming experiences offered by the Gow family at the Glenstall farm in County Limerick's Golden Vale. If you take a look at the text and arrows shown here, you will see how I have marked what needs to be changed to match the needs of a domestic audience. So let's take a look now at how we might address some of those changes. The first change relates to the single sentence that defines the unique selling point of this business. For the international audience, this reads as experience rural life on the rolling green pastures of a Golden Vale dairy farm. Whereas for the domestic market, it would be more relevant to define this as meet the Gow family for laugh out loud fun and picnics at a Golden Vale dairy farm. For the second change, some text amendments are made to the main business offering paragraph, including there will be plenty of laughs along the way as you feel the grass beneath your feet and take the opportunity for a selfie with a friendly cow. Under the highlight section, a change is recommended relating to the Irish welcome. For the international markets, this reads as Irish hospitality. A warm Irish welcome awaits you as Andrew and Sharon open up their home. For the domestic market, it is more important to write create memories, a County Limerick family that knows how to create a memorable day out. Another highlight refers to traditional food. Enjoy traditional Irish food cooked and baked by Sharon. Within the context of the domestic market that already knows about Irish food, this is less relevant. Hence, the business could replace this with a more compelling experience for the domestic market, such as farm picnics, grab a rug and enjoy a picnic hamper with Glenstall Farm and local produce. The final change here refers to a premium farm experience called Glenstall Farm Tour and Family Meal. For the domestic market, this needs to be entirely repositioned. For example, it could instead become the Glenstall Farm Tour and Picnic, whereby customers get to enjoy a hamper of farm and local artisan food served in a quirky farm barn or outdoors on rugs. Here you can see all of the changes that were made in red. Note that the document highlights how the experience called Glenstall Farm Tour and Family Meal is marked for repositioning to a Glenstall Farm Tour and Picnic. This experience would need a new description to match its new title. Here you can see how the balance of experiences are retained and only very small amendments are applied to the text to make the description for these experiences relevant for the domestic market. Now, let's take a look at changes that are necessary on all saleable experience documents that target a domestic audience during the COVID-19 period. You will recall the grid that we worked on in training, highlighting the key experiences and associated parameters, including a short description, minimum and maximum numbers, duration, pricing, and price inclusions. In light of COVID-19, certain details in the saleable experience document will need to be addressed. For example, the business will need to adjust the minimum and maximum numbers in order to be compliant and give clear instruction in line with government regulations. For the domestic market, it will be important to emphasize the value in all price points. So please do ensure price inclusions are clarified in all communications. Finally, it is worth noting that many tourism businesses will open, with customers physically coming to their sites. However, during the crisis, many tourism businesses created new revenue generation opportunities by selling workshops and experiences virtually via online platforms. If this applies to your business, these virtual experiences can be added to the Saleable Experience document. In the current climate, it is most important that customers understand that they can have a wonderful experience via your tourism business and that at the same time they will be well looked after and cared for. A business must therefore clearly and kindly state its COVID-19 policies on online and offline platforms. I will leave it with you to read the policy created by this fictional business called Rose Farm. For your saleable experience document, this could be added to your general information page. Finally, let's take a look at adapting communications to match the needs of diverse sales channels. As we already know from training, diverse sales channels behave differently. Therefore, how we approach getting sales via a direct sales channel like the business own brand website is different to how we approach getting sales via an indirect sales channel. As you already know, the Saleable Experience document that we completed in training is intended for indirect sales opportunities. For example, a visitor experience could give this document to a local partner, such as an accommodation provider, so that this accommodation provider can thereby easily refer customers to the visitor experience. As discussed in training, when using saleable experience content on B2C channels like the business own website, the same rules regarding clarity apply. However, the language needs to be amended and adapted to speak directly to the customer. A business therefore needs to be crystal clear on what sales channel it is engaging with and what the rules of engagement for that sales channel are. You can read here how text has been created to enable a partner business to refer customers to the Sea Gardener and thereby generate additional revenue for this business. Note how this short description works on multiple levels to achieve this. Firstly, it gives a clear insight into the experience that is available for sale. It places the experience within the context of its destination, Waterford's Copper Coast Geopark. It outlines what the customer will gain by engaging in this experience, including the opportunity to learn from an expert like Marie Power and to leave with cookery tips and recipes. Parameters including the duration and the minimum maximum numbers that apply to the experience are clearly stated. And the retail price is noted with clear price inclusions so that via the description and the noted inclusions, the customer understands exactly what they will receive for this price point. Finally, note how first-party language is avoided because via this description, Marie Power, the Sea Gardener, is not speaking directly with the customer. Instead, indirect third-party language is used that enables the Sea Gardener to pitch to the end customer via another partner like the accommodation provider. When saleable experiences are presented in this way, it makes it much easier for partners to refer customers and create sales for another tourism business. Similarly, here we see how indirect third-party language is used on the reseller site called greatdaysout.ie. Now, let's look at how we might address the presentation of saleable experiences via the Sea Gardener's own website. Firstly, take a look at the home page on this website that asks customers to personally contact Marie Power. This personal touch is both reassuring and compelling, particularly at this sensitive time when being thoughtful truly matters. Now, take a look at the yellow box to see the text that might apply to the Sea Gardener's seaweed walk, talk, and taste experience on a direct sales platform like this website. Note that as in this case, the business is engaging directly with the customer, friendly first-person language that draws the customer in is used. Through this language, it is as though this business is having a direct conversation with the customer. While the saleable experience offering and parameters are still clear, the language has been adjusted and adapted to suit the needs of a direct sales channel. The Saleable Experience template and the guidance note to support this video are located here on the Fáilte Ireland website. Please find the full suite of supports that relate to this video under Driving Domestic Sales. Thank you for watching, and I wish you every success in creating and selling experiences for the domestic market.